Let me show you some of the first things that you can do on the OnePlus 15R right after the initial configuration. So the first thing that you can do is you can check the notification tray in order to find this notification, finish setting up your device. Although it is not really necessary to actually go through the Android setup again, it is pretty much like a second chance to recover something or to set up something that you didn't do during the initial configuration. This actually allows you to go through pretty much the same options that you had during the initial setup. So this is why I'm saying this is like a second chance to do something that you didn't do. Of course, many of the things that you didn't do can still be done through settings, for example. So no worries if you decide to just skip this. So another thing is the app drawer settings. So if we go to the app drawer over here, we can tap on these three dots in the upper right corner and we can open settings. Now once you open settings, we should be able to find, for example, the app suggestions, which we can easily disable so you don't have these additional apps at the top of the app drawer. In my case, it is annoying to use, so if you feel like that as well, if you find it annoying too, then you can just turn it off in here. There are also some additional settings like the default view and such, so you can give it a try as well if you want to mess things around with your phone. Maybe not mess up, but you know, mess around, I guess, and this is what I'm trying to say. And now the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna go to settings, and then in here go to the system and update. And then in here we have the system navigation. So of course we have the system navigation selection during the initial configuration, but if you missed that for some reason, or if you want to make a change, then of course you can decide if you want to use gestures or buttons in here. And if you want to change the button order, for example, then you can do so as well. For gestures, if you don't know how to use them, then your phone actually teaches you. It allows you to show you how to actually navigate on the phone with gestures, so be sure to check that out if needed. Besides that, we're gonna go back to the system and update in a second, but first we're gonna go to users and accounts, and then over here we can press add account in order to sign into your Google account. So if you go to Google, you can use your Google or Gmail account and you can sign in, especially of course if you have more than one account. It might be of course convenient to do so right now. Or if you didn't sign in yet to any account at all, then of course it is recommended to do so, because otherwise you will not have access to the Play Store, which gonna be used in order to install new apps or update apps on your phone. So it is pretty much necessary to use it at this point. And another thing that is worth of course mentioning is the security and privacy. In here, if we go to the device unlock, we can set up the screen lock password. So you can choose whichever password type you want to use. If you want to use like a PIN code, if you want to use like a standard password, or if you want to use pattern. And once you set it up, you also have access to the face recognition and fingerprint unlock, or the fingerprint sensor. So you can scan these things on your phone to have a more convenient way to unlock your phone. And of course, there's also the theft protection, so this is another step. In here we can find a bunch of different tools that can be quite helpful to have them enabled, just in case your phone is lost or stolen, for example. Like we have the identity check, the remote lock, and the find hub or find my device. There's also the theft detection lock, offline device lock, and the SIM lock, so be sure to check that out and make sure that your phone is protected. Let me also see more security and privacy in order to see if there's anything more. For example, we can find the require password to power off. So when this option is enabled, your phone will require you to enter the screen lock password in order to confirm that you want to turn off the phone, which might be of course quite helpful as well. So that other people, someone who steals our phone, or if the phone is lost, they will have a much harder time to turn off the phone actually. Alright, so once we have that done, we're gonna actually go back to the system and update, and this time we're gonna go to software update. We want to make sure that our phone is running the latest version possible. If there is an update ready, then of course it is recommended to download and install the update, so you can enjoy the newest version possible. Newest version usually means like bug fixes and optimizations and improvements of the software. So this is why it is of course recommended to get these updates. And speaking of updates, we're gonna go to the Play Store, and let me actually set up quickly. So once you go in, you want to tap on your profile in the upper right corner and go to manage apps in the device. And then over here you should be able to find updates. In my case, I also have some other apps from my previous device, but we are focusing on updates. You want to make sure that, of course, everything is up to date, so you can tap on update one by one in order to update everything on your phone. Or you can use the update all button. In my case, it says cancel because unfortunately these apps are stuck. So if you have them as well, you can just cancel and update manually, and this should work. There we go. So you can go through these apps one by one in case it doesn't actually want to update and it keeps waiting for Wi-Fi. There we go. And you want to do that with every app that is still pending, that is waiting for Wi-Fi in case it is stuck. I'm not sure why this happens. It seems to be an issue with the Play Store at this specific moment, but hopefully it's gonna be resolved in the future. There we go, we can update that as well. So once everything is updated, we should be able to, of course, enjoy the newest versions of all apps that we have in here. Sometimes you can also find the update button before going to the apps that have updates, of course. So once we are done with the updates, or if they are running in the background now, we can go to settings again, and this time we're gonna go to display and brightness. Over here, if we go to display and brightness, we can find the automatic screen brightness, and for some people it is annoying to use, so of course we can change it up over here. We can turn it off, for example, and adjust the screen brightness in the meantime. You can also find some additional useful settings such as the dark mode if you prefer to use it, and for example the automatic rotation, the automatic screen off time, and so on and so forth. So be sure to check that out. We're gonna also go to home, screen, lock screen, and style. And if we swipe up in here and then go to lock screen settings, we can find lock screen magazine, which it seems that it is actually disabled by default, but in case it is on, you might want to turn it off. This option pretty much changes the lock screen wallpaper every time you open the lock screen. So if you want to have just one wallpaper on the lock screen, you want to make sure that the magazine over here is off. To prevent that from happening, of course. Now, after that, we're gonna go back to settings again, and this time we're gonna go to battery settings. In here, we can of course go through many different options as well, but I think one of the most important things that you might want to check out, not in the power saving, but we're gonna go to charging settings first, and in here we can find smart rapid charging, which allows you to speed up charging if you use a genuine power adapter and a cable. So this pretty much increases the charging speed. Of course, the device might get warmer during charging when that option is enabled, so you have to keep that in mind. But if you just want to have the fastest charging speed possible, then of course you want to turn it on. In the battery health, we can also find some additional options like smart charging or custom charging limit. So these are pretty much charging protection options. If you want to use any of them, then you can turn them on in here. You can also read the description, of course, of these options to find out what exactly they do, but essentially they limit charging so that the battery is kept in a healthy condition for as long as possible. Now, one more thing that might be quite useful to do is go to notifications and quick settings, and in here, if we go to the list of app notifications in here, can we switch to the automatic? Not automatic, the alphabetical order. The answer is yes. So in here you can go through some of the apps and you can, for example, turn them off. Now, I believe that one of these apps might be, for example, the theme app, although I'm not sure if it is available in here in my case. It seems that not actually. Okay, so never mind. But if you have apps like, for example, like a phone manager, or maybe, there we go, here we have the phone manager, or like, for example, the app market or stuff like that, and then you might want to actually turn off these notifications if they become annoying. Of course, you can let them be as they are right now, and then you can just manage notifications from here. If you press and hold your finger, then you can go to more settings in order to manage these specific notifications. But if you want to prevent that in advance, then of course you can do so in here. And I believe that is pretty much everything. I believe these are all the essentials that we should probably do on this phone before we start properly using it. I mean, if there is anything that I missed in this video, then of course let me know in the comments so that everyone can see it, so everyone can do those additional steps. And yeah, so now I believe you should just go to the Play Store and install apps that you want to get, or you might want to transfer data from your previous phone. And of course I have a guide on how to do so as well, so be sure to check that out if needed. So that's pretty much it. Leave a like and subscribe.